Thank you for joining me for another video. Today I want to give you an inside look into Da Nang's housing market, especially if you're planning to move to Da Nang in the near future, or if you're just curious about the nomad life in Da Nang and what kind of apartments you can get. This video is probably interesting for you. If you're planning to come to Da Nang, you may wonder which area is best to stay at. So here's a little overview. The city is mainly divided into two parts. We have the city side where the airport is located and the beach side on the right. Most foreigners who decide to move to Da Nang are actually living on the beach side, whereas most locals are living on the left side. Obviously, the beach side is a little bit more expensive. Because this area has been up and coming in recent years, you have a ton of options when it comes to apartments. But at the same time, you will also face a lot of construction sites, so just be aware of it. Most of the foreigners are actually staying in my own area, so if you like to be around other nomads, this is the place for you. But if you prefer more quiet areas and a more local feeling, then I would recommend to stay either more north or more south. The apartment that we're gonna look at today is a little bit south of my own area.
Hey guys, today we want to give you a quick tour of the place that we are currently staying at. We have been here for almost 2 months now, and the reason why we want to do it today is because we are moving to the next place. We know that a lot of people are doing this kind of apartment tours, but it is getting really loud. I think it's important that a lot of people start to share their experiences of finding apartments and renting apartments in Da Nang, because then for everyone else who's trying to move to Vietnam, to Da Nang, they're gonna get a much better feeling of how the market is and what kind of prices you pay and what to pay attention to. So our apartment is, we moved in during the pandemic, so a lot of people left Da Nang and went home, and so the price was a little bit lower, and that is why we decided to move in. It is pretty expensive for Da Nang, but the amenities and the quality of the apartment is also very, very nice. However, that's also one of the reasons why we are moving to a new place. But before we do that, we just wanted to show you like how what you can get for that amount of money. So the apartment is HADIVA luxury residence. Luxury. Yeah, it sounds a little bit fancy, but it's actually really nice.
Luxury, though.
It is. Yeah. Okay. So here we have the entrance. All the motorbikes from the people who are staying here.
This area because it's the best when we come home at night. Our guards are in here, comfortable, sitting on the chair, watching TV. So it's really, I love it because they're comfortable. They're not sitting outside on a stool or anything.
Yeah, this is where usually the info desk is, but our guards are sitting here during the night and preparing the bed here and just watching TV.
We have a bed right here.
Yeah, it's very nice because they don't just sit around and watch our bikes, you know, like they have a nice life.
They would sit on a stool outside, and here they're very comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of the nicest guards we have. Hello. So this part is the part from the owner, and apparently these are 3 floors, and it's more like a vacation home for the owner.
Yeah.
He just shows up once in a while.
They're doing pretty well.
They are doing pretty well, I would say. Yeah, we have a nice pool that people barely use. It's most of the time us.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really funny when people come and see us every day in the pool. Like, what are these guys doing? They're not working at all. Next to the pool area, we have a little lounge area.
This is where I come and FaceTime with my family. I'll sit down
A little gym. When we moved in, the treadmill was actually not working, but they fixed it now after we decided to move out. And also they put in a coffee station, free coffee, and they just added a pool table. So it feels like every time we make a decision like, let's move out, they add one more thing to it to make it harder for us. So these are our cleaning ladies. We have a nice sauna and a steam bath.
Yeah.
How's it called? Yeah, steam bath.
And the
Steam
sauna is really cool because it's got the Himalayan salt lamps.
Nice.
So it's really nice to look.
Okay. Boom! It just took us half a second to get to the 5th floor. We have an amazing view. Yes. Okay, let's get into the apartment. This is our apartment. It is so spacious. We have one big living room with a kitchen, then a bedroom with a nice table where Angela can teach.
USA. This is China. Eric is from China. Teacher Andrea is from
The staff was really friendly and gave us another fan in order to, you know, save a little bit of electricity a month, which
So I just teach with the fan directly blowing on me, so I don't keep the aircon on.
yeah. As we mentioned in our last video when we went to Hoi An, that having a bathtub is very, very rare in Asia, so we have a nice shower and yeah. We have to mention that apartments, these are service apartments, so when you look for apartments in Da Nang, they are most of the time they are furnished. Many of them have 2 times cleaning a week or how many times you want. Most of the time it's like 1 or 2 times a week, and you can decide which time you want them to clean. And they change everything for you. They clean the floor, they clean the tables, they change the bed sheets, which is pretty nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. That was a smooth move.
Okay, so when it comes to apartments in Da Nang, we probably have looked at, well, we've lived in 2 different places now this past year in Da Nang, and we probably looked at maybe 15 places total. And we have a pretty long list of things that we were trying to manifest when it comes to our apartment, and this one was pretty close to our dream apartment. I would say the most important factors are air conditioners in the living room and the bedroom. That's really important. We wanted to have a kitchen, but over time we've kind of come to learn that we don't cook a lot.
Yeah, we haven't cooked for a long time, except during lockdown. It takes so much time to go grocery shopping. And prepping the food, and especially because for me,
We sound so first world.
it is really a first world problem.
So much work.
Yeah.
But when you can go to a restaurant and get a nice homemade meal for like $2.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference why a lot of people in Asia maybe don't really cook, because food is very cheap.
And speaking of not cooking, I got this from a restaurant called Coco Cafe. Got it from Grab, so it's delivered right to me, and this I think was about 50,000 dong, so that's like $1.50, and this is gonna be my lunch today. So this food like this is why we just haven't been cooking a lot. We do cook every now and then, but yeah, when you can get amazing things like this for $1.50, sorry, this wins. I really look for in an apartment is the amount of light, natural light. I really like light apartments. Windows. I also like privacy, so no buildings directly next to us. So we do have a pretty awesome view here, and it's very light.
Yeah, one of the most
important criteria was actually the noise. And for us, or noise, it doesn't really matter. You can't avoid it in Da Nang. There's construction work going on all the time. So if you stay in the main areas, you will be exposed to noise. However, this apartment until like a week ago was really quiet, and so we were happy actually that we decided to move, because right next to this building there's a new construction starting, which is going to be loud.
So if you are looking for a place, if you notice like an empty lot next to the building, it's probably going to get filled at some point soon, because Da Nang is building so fast. And we had these 2 empty lots, and it was great because we're like, oh, it opens the view and it's quiet. Well, a few weeks ago they started sorting all these metal beams, and then the other lot, now they have all these tractors and they're excavating all this dirt, and it's very loud.
Okay, let's talk pricing. This apartment we are paying $650 per month, which is a lot for Da Nang. If you consider compared to the Western world, it's not a lot. Cheap. It's so cheap, especially because you have all the amenities, all the utensils, and cleaning, free water, the gym, the pool, you know, all of that stuff. For $650 is not a lot. And especially during these times, the apartment was also a little bit cheaper, I think, because we talked to a guy who moved in maybe a year ago, and his apartment, even though he has a different apartment, I don't think it's much bigger, but he pays double the price. So, which is like $1,200 per month for Vietnam. I think we got a good deal. However, if you consider the rest of the market in Da Nang, there are so many great apartments out there that are so much cheaper. We want to save a little bit more money in order to invest it in experiences, like flying to different places and just enjoying more food in general. So it doesn't really make sense to spend so much money if you don't have to spend it. And in Asia, you always have to pay electricity on top. So depending on how much aircon you use, and in our case, it's summertime. It gets really hot in this apartment, and usually aircon costs $3,500 on average per kilowatt per unit, and in this apartment is $4,600, and we're like, why?
It feels a little
because the electricity is coming from the same source, and they are charging on top of it plus 10% VAT, which I don't think other apartments actually charge. I can't remember exactly, but that also adds on top of the price. So overall, it's not a bad apartment. Everything is new. We don't want to talk it down, but it is pricey. But regardless of the price and some minor downsides that we mentioned earlier, we were still happy to stay here, and this was a really lucky find. To sum things up, we really enjoyed staying in this apartment. The owners are super friendly, and the stuff is very nice, very attentive. The things we got with this apartment is just incredible. The building is new, the pool is super clean, everything was really top notch. So we were a little bit bummed when we had to move out, and also a little bit sad saying goodbye to all the nice people there. But at the same time, we're also looking forward to move into our new apartment. Our next apartment is going to be a little bit more central. This makes it so much easier to get around, and coffee places and restaurants are in walking distance. Okay, so I hope this little tour was helpful to give you a feeling of what kind of apartments you can get in Da Nang, and also to compare it to back home. We hope that we can actually show you the next apartment that we are moving in 2 days, and that's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be more cheap. It's looking forward to that.